Just hard to describe what it looks like. You see the pictures on TV. To me, it seems a lot worse than even the stuff we've been seeing on TV.
Yeah, Jeremy, we're seeing different pictures of the tornado itself. We're seeing some pictures of the path from Sky 5. Have you been able to confirm any number of fatalities in all of this? I know there are probably hundreds of injuries.
We don't have a number of fatalities. We do have confirmed fatalities. As far as the number, we don't have any right now, and probably won't until sometime tomorrow. That's how much devastation is here in our city.
Can you tell me a little bit about Plaza Towers? We have been hearing a lot of information coming out of Briarwood, I should say, elementary school. But tell me about Plaza Towers School.
Plaza Towers Elementary School is basically in the direct line that this tornado went. I have not been able to get close enough to see the actual school and what condition the school is in. Of course, our communication is very difficult at this time to even know what's going on exactly there. I do know the neighborhood surrounding Plaza Towers, there's not any houses standing. There was virtually, in the line of that school, there was nothing standing. We do know there were kids inside, and we had officers on scene immediately after that were performing the rescue effort.
Okay. Jeremy Lewis with the Moore Police Department. I certainly appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Just a devastating scene. We can see it from Sky 5. You can already see the path. I want to go out to Michael Seiden, and Michael is over around 8th Street right now. And Michael, the houses there are just a mess.
Paul, it's a tough scene out here. This is actually Carden Place. I'll get out of the way so we can show you. Just take a look at this. Roofs blown off of homes. You can see that motor coach blown over on its side, windows blown out. It is an absolute mess here. But I just met this mother and her daughter. First off, Kimberly, I want to bring you in here. You're in that home right over there where that motor coach was blown over. Take me through the tornado. Where were you? What did you hear? And what did you see?
Okay. I literally just went and picked her up, drove to the driveway. We heard the sirens going off, heard that it was coming down 149. Came outside as soon as we heard the sirens. We saw circulation over here and heard the alarm go off saying basically citizens of Moore, you need to get inside your house and go to your shelters. So we saw the circulation and went and hid underneath the closet, underneath the stairs.
I'm sorry, so you took cover underneath the stairs?
Yes. There's a closet underneath the stairs, so we took underneath there. And then it wasn't more than probably 5 minutes or so, and then we started feeling the walls in the closet shake.
What's going through your mind?
What's going through my mind? Hold her. Hold her down and not let nothing happen to her.
Yeah. Obviously, we've seen those pictures of that motor coach blown over on its side. Where was that?
Actually, the motor coach was on the other side of my car, and it probably literally picked it up and threw it over the top of my car. So it was parked like right on this side of the driveway.
And everybody's okay. Everyone's accounted for.
Everybody's okay.
Tell me about this neighborhood, though. I mean, as I look down here, it looks like this is a very family-oriented neighborhood. I've seen a lot of families walking around assessing the damage. Describe this neighborhood. Are you guys pretty close-knit?
She would know more because that's her grandma's house. So there's a lot of kids, right? Yeah.
And Cassidy, we were talking before we came on here. You're 14 years old. Where were you when the storm hit? Before the storm hit, where were you and what have you heard?
We were basically the same. We were out here watching what was going on, watching the hail. We got here right as the hail got really bad, covered her car with stuff to try and stop the hail. Got, like she said in the thing, 5 minutes, and then started hearing the walls vibrate and stuff, and starting hearing things hit the ground, and then 10 minutes later, it was just came outside, and everything was just like this.
So I'm assuming you were picked up early from school?
Yeah.
Where do you go to school, and have you had contact with any of your classmates, teachers?
Highland West Junior High, and I've had contact with some of my friends that I've just seen walking around that lives around here, but nothing from anywhere else so far.
What do you think about this, though? Looking at this, all of this destruction, all of this damage, and to know, I mean, I saw moments ago before you came on with us, you were sitting here laughing with your mother and having a conversation. I'm
trying to stay positive about it. I've lived here since I was, this big. So just seeing everything torn up like this and seeing my neighbors' homes and stuff torn up and tearing off the ground it's kind of heartbreaking, and seeing the school was even worse, but You got to stay positive. It doesn't help to just break down in a situation like this.
I know we have a lot of viewers watching this live right now on Channel 5, so I want to get out of the way because they know people who live here, so they can kind of see this damage, but I want to continue to talk to you about this. Were you, I mean, obviously 1999, there was another tornado, and I'm sure you've heard all about it, but when you see something like this, I mean, what's going through your mind?
Just to make sure everyone I know is okay, basically.
What have you heard from your friends in the neighborhood or maybe a couple streets over?
I saw one of my friends when I was up at the school trying to help out. I saw them walking off. They were trying to get somewhere safe, get to their grandmas or something. I've seen some of the kids that I know up at Plaza trying to get their younger siblings and stuff, but everyone seems okay.
And you're doing okay?
I'm okay.
Mom, I saw before you were walking around there, I saw a couple people carrying out some TVs. Is anything salvageable in there, or is everything a total loss?
Everything's pretty much a total loss. It's dirty in there. There's a lot of glass. A lot of the back tree in the backyard came through the house, so it's pretty bad. There might be a few things in there salvageable, but we went ahead and grabbed what we could that was valuable to get it out, just in case something happens.
Do you remember 1999? Were you here in Moore? Or?
I wasn't actually in Moore, but we were around down here because her grandma still lived here. So when that one did happen, she was just a baby. We pretty much booked it and got out of here.
Obviously, I know a lot of people watching us live right now. I'm sure you've got lots of family, friends, co-workers out there. Is there anything you want to say while you have a chance? Or?
We're all good. Just staying positive and trying to get what we can out and get out of here.
Anything you want to say? Or?
Just everyone be safe. That's all I have to say. Be safe, get home, get somewhere you can be. That's all I really have to say. Just.
And Mom, what's next for you guys?
What's next? Actually, we're probably going to go back to my house. It's on the south side of Oklahoma City, so we'll be fine, and we'll wait for her grandma to come in town, and once she comes back in town, we'll help clean and try to get everything finished.
So grandma's not home?
No, grandma's not home. She was in Tuttle. There was a family emergency.
So has she seen pictures? Does she know anything about this?
No, she hasn't, and she'll probably freak out. She'll probably freak out. That's her home.
She's lived here for like 40 years. She's been here. So she raised my parents in this house. She raised me in this house. She's going to see this and she's going to freak out.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are okay. Thank you so much for taking time out to speak with us. I know you guys want to go be with family and friends. But there you guys go. This is the story around here. A lot of neighbors, they saw that tornado. They ran, they either got in their shelters or hid under the stairwells, and they rode it out. And fortunately, in this neighborhood, no injuries, a lot of damage, a lot of debris, but everyone thankful to be alive. Send it back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, thank you very much, Michael Seiden. He's around 8th Street there in Moore. You know, I want to give you some information about the storm and about some water supplies, and this may affect you. The Draper Water Treatment Plant, the power has been knocked out there, so they want everybody to stop using their water. We're talking about the southeast Oklahoma City area. Stop using your water. That goes for businesses, residents. Emergency generators are being brought in over there to the plant. OG&E is trying to reinstate the power right there. They want you to make sure your sprinkler systems are off and that you're not washing dishes, clothes, any of that stuff. They're just trying to get things back online and make sure everything is okay. You're watching continuous coverage right here on KOCO 5. It is just about 6 o'clock right now. The tornado has touched down in Moore. It has devastated the community there, and it is just a mess. Our crews are spread out all across Moore. We continue to track everything. We want to go out to KOCO's Ariel Reshef. And Ariel, you're right there at the Walmart. Tell us about the scene there.
Well, Paul, this is at 19th and Telephone, and I can tell you that people are emerging from just what has been a horrific weather event. They're just experiencing what they've said is just a nightmare. I'm standing here with the coal boss. They wanted to tell us a little bit about what happened to them during the storm. Tell me where you were when this all hit. I can see that you guys still have debris all over you. You talk.
I was racing home to pick up my wife and get in the door, and I couldn't get in the door. When I finally got in the door, it was basically the tornado just pushing us in. Right. And it buried us. And I guess it was probably 30 minutes later somebody finally came and got us. The dog found us first.
Panda's the hero dog, right?
Panda's the hero. That's basically about it. And it just buried us, and then there's nothing left. Nothing.
So your house is completely destroyed?
House is gone.
All the way to the ground.
Her car looks like it's been run through a meat grinder, and I can't find my truck. I don't know where it is.
So what brought you guys over here? What brought you to Walmart?
We thought Walmart might be open and we needed a...
Someplace for my family to come pick us up. That's all it was.
And I'm sure if, we have a lot of people watching live now. If you want to just say something to the camera to let your family know where you are and that you're okay.
We're fine. We're fine and doing fine. A couple of scrapes and bruises, and that's about it.
Now, I know that you have a little bit of a gash on the top of your eye, and your little puppy has sustained a little bit of injury. Can you tell me a little bit about how you're feeling right now?
Sore. A little bit of pain in my elbow, and they put a blue wrap around it, but it's still sore and getting a little bit of headache. But other than that, we're okay, and his shoulder's hurting him.
Yeah, and I know that you guys have a long way to recovery in terms of healing from losing your home and losing so much in your life, but we appreciate you spending so much time with us.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
What gives you hope? Just the last word.
Faith in God.
Yeah.
All right, well, we certainly wish you guys all the best, and we know it's been just a very devastating day for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, Ariel, and you just hear those stories. They said, we got to the door. The tornado pushed us in and just buried us. And now there's nothing left. It is just hard to believe. Again, cell phone coverage in that area is pretty much non-existent. If you're trying to get someone, make sure that you try to text them. You can follow all of us on Twitter, KOCO News. You can follow the station here. We are tweeting as much information. Most of our Twitter accounts are our names, so just look for our names. Let's go out to Morgan Chesky right now. He is over in one of the areas that was hit. And Morgan, you've been around students who have been picked up by their parents.
Well, this has been one of the most inspiring scenes to see here today, just south of the elementary school that was evacuated whenever that tornado made through. It was evacuated after that damage came in. I want to give you an update on the story we brought you earlier because it's one of the most compelling things I've seen since arriving here. Andrew, let's go over to this gentleman right here. Sir, I can imagine about half an hour ago, a far different scene than what we have here today. Who do we have under your left arm here?
This is Gabriel Ryan Wheeler. He's my son.
And 30 minutes ago, you didn't know where he was.
Did not know where he was. You know, I just rushed home from my school, Mayfield Middle School, and just watching, you know, the school and hearing that it was going, you know, in the middle of the tornado. And I ran from 119th and Penn or whatever all the way here, and we just got reunited, so he's okay. But he was directly in the tornado, so his teacher was right next to him.
I know you, a second ago, you said she was a hero.
She is.
Tell me why.
Well, Miss Simon had the kids in one hallway, and she said that it sounded like a train coming. And so she said that they had to move. So they went into an interior closet, and there was only 6 kids. And they got down. They were telling stories. And apparently they got into position, and the teacher held their heads, and bricks and everything were falling all over the kids. She got her arm injured. One of the other boys on her other side got a big gash in his head, but he is okay. And
good to hear.
He was the last one to be reunited with a family member, so we've got him. Gabriel Wheeler is safe, and she said that he was helping people, pulling stuff off of the kids, and you know, we're just glad that he's safe.
I can see it in your eyes that this moment, can't really put words on it.
No. I was on the highway. We were getting slammed with hail and rain again, and you know, I should have pulled off the side of the road. But, you know, all I was thinking about was my son. I heard that my daughter was okay at Brink Junior High, but all the reports were saying that Briarwood was gone, and so that's all. It didn't matter. I don't even tell you how many rides that we caught to come through, and
a hitchhike with other people?
Oh yeah, at least 4
Really?
people. Oh yeah.
How would that go?
Well, I told him I was a first responder, and I am, but at that point I was more of a father than a first responder. I hate to say that, but I just wanted to get to Briarwood.
So you would be walking, running, and then
I flag people down.
Flagging people down to get rides to get here.
Yes. Yeah, I went by and picked my sister up, which is on 134th and Western. They said that the tornado was right over there, and she just accompanied me, and so we're here, and I think all the kids at Briarwood are safe. That's what we've heard.
Right. Well, is it okay if I ask Gabriel what it was like?
This man exactly what you need.
Gabriel, I just got a few quick questions for you, bud. Your dad kind of described what it was like. Can you tell me, in that closet, what was your teacher telling you as she put her hands over your head and held you close when that storm hit?
She said it was just okay and just do what you did in practice.
And you had practiced this. You have drills, and you go through these same exact steps so that when the real thing happens, you know what to do. When the real thing did happen today, did it sound like you thought it would? Did you see anything around you? Were those bricks? Tell me what it was like.
Well, it was just thump, and the roof came off, and then I felt something, and it was just raining, play on me, and all that.
The roof came off, and it was raining on you there in that closet. Gabriel, thanks so much for talking to us, and thank you guys for sharing your story with us. This is one of the greatest things to see, folks. And Paul, Jess, I can just tell you, to see this father and his son and mom back together again. Oh, that's his sister. Okay, older sister there. Forgive me. But this is inspiring. This is the kind of thing you want to hear following a tornado that what we saw today. We're talking about half a mile wide. It was violent, ripping right through a heavily populated area here in Moore. And the fact that we have that list of students that was waiting here to get reunited with parents, that is decreasing. We have a father who hitchhiked and ran to get his son here today. And now they're reunited, and everyone is safe and sound for now. Of course, all this coming from Briarwood Elementary, just about a quarter mile away from here. Let me look around. We have an updated list. This is the list of students that have not been reunited with parents yet. We're going to read it one more time, and go ahead and let's see. We have
Isaiah Orta.
We have Isaiah Orta.
His mom works at Vaughn Foods.
Isaiah Orta, whose mother works at Vaughn Foods. You can pick up Isaiah here at Vicky Drive and 164th Court.
It's 156.
156th Court, that's Southwest Moore.
His father works at Tinker, and his name is Israel.
Okay. And we have Kendall Michael Simmons.
They are gone. They just picked up.
They're
and then
picked up.
We have the Parker children.
And they're still here.
They're still here.
Okay.
Yes, we have Josiah.
We have Josiah
Isabella,
Parker and Isabella. Okay.
And Logan.
And Logan. Josiah, Isabella, and Logan Parker. They're here right now. Some of the last children waiting here to be picked up from Briarwood Elementary. Andrew Donnelly and I going to kind of see. We understand there was a gas leak earlier, just a few hundred yards up the road, and they were getting people away from that. We're going to check on that. We're going to come back to you. But again, very good news to hear. Students being reunited with parents here, and we'll keep you posted with the latest. Paul, Jess?
Morgan, thank you very much. Let's go over to KOCO's Dan Thomas. Dan, where are you right now?
Guys, I'm at the Plaza Towers Elementary School, and there really aren't words to describe this, guys. I mean, there's just nothing left of the school here. Cars are inside of what's left of the school, the rubble. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars that are actually inside what used to be the school. It's nothing but a pile of bricks and twisted metal here. We're walking across it to go to a triage area where an emergency worker just told me they're treating about 20 people right here on scene. Yeah, it's just absolutely shocking here, guys. The entire neighborhood around it is demolished. There's, just countless homes, dozens of homes here that have just been wiped right down to the foundation. This is not a trailer park. These are stick-built homes, many of them brick. And they all just turned into debris. I mean, the debris is everywhere. 2x4s just all the way down to toothpicks. It's unbelievable here, guys. We're working to get more information. We're hearing a lot of stories from neighbors that don't give us much hope about the status of all the kids there, quite frankly. We're working on getting that confirmed, and we'll get you more information just as soon as possible. But
Dan Thomas there reporting from near the Plaza Towers Elementary School. It's not just the school, it is the surrounding area right there. In fact, we heard Jeremy Lewis, he's with the Moore Police Department. He said there's really nothing left right there. It's just wiped clean. He grew up in Moore. He was there for May 3rd, 1999, and he says that did not compare to what he has seen today. Let's go out to KOCO's Michael Seiden. Michael, you're around 8th Street right now. Tell us what you are seeing in that area.
Well, the last couple minutes, some good news. We saw an army of volunteers walking down the street, coming down here to help clear some of that debris. But right now I'm joined by Zach. Zach owns a home here on the street. And Zach, take me through this terrifying experience. Where were you? What did you see and what did you hear?
Well, I live 2 houses down right there. It's gone. Standing in the backyard, kind of watching it. They said it was at 164th and like by the river down there, and I thought I had time to videotape it. Pulled out the camera and started videotaping, and I started seeing shingles flying around. And it sounded like a train, so I just ducked in. I knew I didn't have time to leave and go to the shelter, so I just got in the center of the house, got in the closet, and hunkered down. And I hadn't prayed in 15 years, and I prayed that we would make it through that. And I've never been that scared in my life. And I'm just happy to be here, and happy that I was able to, get out and try to help some of these other people around here that lost their homes too.
It sounds like, though, the storm moved pretty fast. I mean, you said you got out here, you're shooting video, and then just like that, it's in your own backyard.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even see the actual tornado or anything. It looked like it was miles away. And by the time I got in the closet, closed the doors, the whole house just started rattling, and I could hear the windows busting, and I could hear our neighbors screaming. And you can just start hearing trees cracking and buildings falling, man.
Zach, if you don't mind taking a step over here, I want our viewers at home to be able to see the damage where those two people are. That's your home right over there, right?
Yeah.
And tell me about the damage. Obviously, we can see that the whole home has collapsed, but just talk about when you were just over there looking at all that debris, just talk about some of that damage.
It's a lot of irreplaceable stuff. I got my car sitting on top of my roof right now. I don't even know how that's possible. My Harley's gone. Materials like that are easily replaced. But you start looking, you see pictures, and I mean, I just found a light fixture I was looking for a year. I couldn't find it anywhere, and stupid. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time whenever there's a natural disaster, that Oklahoma standard, complete strangers coming out to help. How does it make you feel to see people who don't live in this community coming out here, volunteering their time, wanting to help you out?
That's good. I feel like, when you live in Oklahoma, you kind of grow up in that atmosphere, and you become one of those people. I've grown up around it, and I've helped, people sift through the same thing that we're doing here, and you just never think it's going to be you. But I mean, nobody's invincible, and this is a dangerous place to live sometimes, and it takes a strong community to weather storms like this. It's not the storm that's really the worst. It's what comes afterwards, and the feelings and everything afterward. Having people there that are strong, that's the best thing you can have.
All right, Zach, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad that you can stand here with me and have this conversation. I'm glad you're okay. I want you to get back over there. I know you got a lot of cleanup to do. Thank you very much. Again, guys, residents all along this street, most people have lost everything, but again, they're having a good attitude. They know they are lucky to be alive. That is the very latest out here. Back to you guys in the studio.
Michael, thank you very much. I want to go now to Governor Mary Fallin. She joins us. And Governor Fallin, here we are, day 2. Where are you on all of this?
Oh, gosh, I tell you, it's been a terrible day for Oklahoma. Yesterday was bad, but today's even worse. And it's just hard to believe that Moore could experience another massive, devastating tornado that has come through that area. And, of course, right now we're in the search and rescue mode. We're desperately trying to look through the buildings, the homes, the communities itself to make sure that we can account for people, to make sure there's not anyone trapped in the rubble itself or certainly injured in that. And we have so many people, as your previous speaker was talking about, on the ground right now. I've told some people this, that if anything ever happens in a state and there's a natural disaster, I want to be in Oklahoma because we are the best. We're the best at volunteering our time, getting our resources out. We know how to handle massive disasters like this and to coordinate well with all of our different entities. And this is going to be a massive effort to get through what's going on today, but we have all hands on deck right now.
And Governor, who is helping out in this? Might we need assistance from the National Guard? How will you go about getting more help for all of this?
Yes, actually, I called our Adjutant General, early on in the afternoon, right after I saw that tornado heading towards Moore and saw that it was hitting on the ground. I called him immediately, and I said, we need to get our National Guard out to help our local law enforcement entities. We've been in contact with our High Patrol Commissioner, and he is working there on the ground with the High Patrol. We're certainly working with the police, the fire, the emergency personnel, and our charities, our Red Cross.